friends introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, today you become doctors of the law. What a magnificent accomplishment. Congratulations to all of you and to everyone here and far beyond this space who nurtured you and encouraged you and generally put up with you until you came to this day. This is a golden moment. You stand on the threshold of your career. It will bring you challenges and opportunities and rewards that at this moment we can only dimly foresee. And there will be amazing and wonderful surprises. Be sure that you are open to those as well. You came to this day and this place from many different paths. Don't ever forget where you came from. But don't ever let where you came from get in the way of where you're going. And most importantly of all, don't ever let where you're going become more important than whom you become along the way. At this golden moment, it is apt for us to reflect briefly, the dean said briefly, on the blessings and responsibilities of this profession that we share. As lawyers, you will be among the most privileged of groups in the most wealthy and powerful country in the history of human history. In the history of human history? Wow, that's long. We have more possibilities and more freedom in this country than any people who have ever lived anywhere. You most likely will earn more than the average Californian, and the average Californian earns more than 90% of the rest of the world's people. You all now, or you will in a minute, have doctoral level degrees. 70% of the world is illiterate. We all take our computers and our PDAs and our iPads and all those other techno marvels for granted. 95% of the world does not have them. You will come to consider yourself comfortable and reasonably successful. Yet by almost any standard, you will be wealthy and you will be powerful. So, what are you going to do with all that wealth and power? With all that education you have worked so hard to get? With all the experience you will acquire? By the way, I'm so sorry that I'm talking to some of you through You're way better. That's why he's the dean. I'm going to suggest to you that our country and your neighbors need you to do something very important. To use your skills to meet an essential set of challenges. They are the same challenges that we have faced in this country since our founding. To take all of that wonderful potential, all of our great goodwill, all of the collective wisdom that flows from our diversity, all the strength that flows from our deeply cherished values, and continue to forge a society that stands for the best in human nature and gives it a place to thrive. So, how are you going to do that? You're going to do that through the rule of law. The law, ladies and gentlemen, is the glue that holds society together. People turn to the law because it is at the heart of our noble American experiment. To preserve all that we have worked for and striven for and hoped for, that will be your challenge to carry forward as we continue to move into this emerging century. We find ourselves in a world that threatens hostility from without and in a nation seeking to maintain its most deeply cherished values from within. You will have a front row seat, a unique opportunity, and a singular responsibility to guide our society through these uncertain times. We live in a blessed nation that is vilified by some and distrusted by others, and not always without some foundation. At the same time, because of all that we have accomplished and because of the values that we still strive to nurture, people around the globe continue to look to America for leadership. And those who want a better life still want to come here with their families to seek that future for themselves, to participate in this great and noble experiment. How do we navigate our way through these times? How do we keep ourselves safe in a hostile world, and yet not lose the freedom that is our hallmark? These are legal questions that you must help answer. Moving beyond the realm of international affairs and coming closer to home, we encounter all the issues that spring from a melding of scientific and cultural and economic advancement. Think about this. Over the last few hundred years, we as human beings have moved from a world where everything was certain and nothing changed to a world where everything changes and nothing seems certain. We live in a time awash in information, but often bereft of meaning. As people, and as a people, we continually search for a solid basis on which to stand. We face questions about what we teach in our schools, how to protect the environment yet continue to harness its riches, how to preserve our civil liberties and still maintain security in a post-9/11 world. An explosion of scientific insights and discoveries holds such tremendous promise, and yet at the same time, they butt up against cherished opinions and virtues that were unquestioned for centuries. What do we do about gene therapy and cloning? Who gets access to these scientific miracles and under what circumstances? How do we draw on the beneficence of the information age and yet maintain a sense of personal security? These are tough legal questions